Hello everyone, welcome back on my channel. Today I'm going to show you 3 easy makeup tutorials using the Urban Decay Naked Smoky palette. I've been using it for the last month and I really like it. So the first tutorial will be warm with some eyeliner. The second one will be cool toned with violet undertone, which is very beautiful for green eyes. And the last one will be grey. And I really like this one because you can wear it during the day. On to the first one. Of course, I'm starting by priming my eyelids with the Paint Pot by MAC in Painterly. After doing my eyebrows, I'm starting to use the Naked Smoky palette by Urban Decay. I really like this palette. I like the packaging that's very neat and clean. And I also love the fact that the eyeshadows are from dark to really light, so you can actually do anything you want. With the fluffiest side of the brush, I'm using 13, which is a light matte beige. And I'm putting it all over my lid. Then I'm using Combust, which is also matte beige but a bit darker, and I set it into the crease. With a flat brush, I'm using Dirty Sweet. It's a cool toned gold, and I'm pressing it all over my eyelid. This is such a gorgeous color. With the little side of the brush, I'm using Whiskey, which is also matte, and I'm just lining my upper lash line quickly just to add some dimension. I also put some of this eyeshadow in the crease and then I'm blending it. With Whiskey, I also line my lower lash line. With a black gel liner, I line precisely my upper lash line and also my upper waterline. I set the liner with an angled brush and black market. This method makes it really easy to sharpen the edges. Of course, I'm curling my eyelashes and using some mascara. This one is by Une Beauty, it's organic. I love it, it's really dark. The eyeshadows of this palette make some fallouts, so I'm using some micellar water on a cotton pad just to clean everything up. Onto the skin now. I'm only going to show that once because I'm doing exactly the same thing for the 2 other tutorials. I'm applying some NARS Pure Radiant Tinted Moisturizer. The color I'm using is Greenland, and I'm applying it just with my finger. It's easy and quick. I'm using the Creamy Concealer, also by NARS, in the color Custard, and I'm heavily highlighting my face. I really like to have a luminous complexion, so I'm always focusing on that. Okay, I want a flawless skin, but I really don't like it when it shows on the skin, so I'm using the Beauty Blender. I have both styles, and I'm actually using the pink one all over my face and then the green one just for some details. Beauty Blender are sponges that you soak into water, and it really helps having a flawless finish without the cakiness. As you can see, it's really easy and quick to use. It keeps the skin really luminous, but you can't see the product on the skin. I'm going back with some more concealer on more detailed points, so where I have some scars or some redness, and I'm really taking my time just to have a flawless finish, as I've said many times before. And so I'm using the baby size. Isn't it cute? With this one, it's much easier to get closer to the eyes. It's powder time, so I'm using the Hermes Beauty loose powder. It's universal, so there's no tint. And as you can see, I'm really pressing it into my skin and putting loads of powder. I know my face looks really white, but look, it's okay, you just have to brush the excess off. I'm now using the Naked Flushed palette, also by Urban Decay. It's actually a little palette for the face, so you have one bronzer, one highlighter and one blush inside. The color I have is called Naked. This palette is very practical because you have everything you need for the face in one little palette. I'm starting with the bronzer. You just have to be very careful because it's highly pigmented. And I'm just warming my face up. Then I'm using a smaller brush and the highlight. Just following the palette, I'm using the blush and I'm putting it on the apple of my cheeks. And then, of course, because it's highly pigmented, I'm blending everything in. It's much more natural. Last touch, of course, the lips. I'm using a lipstick by Chanel. It's called Antoinette. By the way, you'll have everything listed in the information box below the video, so don't forget to check that out. That's the first tutorial done. I hope you already liked this video. Don't forget to thumbs up if you do. On to the next one now. You want a smoky that's sexy yet wearable and also not too boring with some color? I have just the perfect thing. Just like before, I'm starting with the base and then I'm using one of my Ombre Black Star by Terry. It's in Velvet Orchid and I line my upper lash line. Then I smoke it out using the smaller side of the brush. I put Combust all over the rest of my eyelid. I put Slanted on my mobile eyelid. Then I'm using one darker shade, which is Dagger, on the outer corner. With Smolder and the small tip of the brush, I line my lower lash line, and then back with my Ombre Black Star in Velvet Orchid, I line my lower waterline. It gives a pop of color. One more time, I curl my eyelashes, put some mascara. This one is from Chanel, it's the Inimitable Intense in black. I do my eyebrow, of course. And then my face, just the same way as before. Then of course my lips. Here I'm using one of the Tom Ford lipstick. This color is called Casablanca. It's a really nice nude with some mauvey undertone. It's really creamy too. And that's the finished look, number 2. Do you have a favorite look so far? On to the last tutorial. This smoky is going to be very different from what you can see, usually, because it's smoky yet luminous, cold yet warm. It's also really wearable. I'm starting with the same base. As previously, I'm applying Combust all over my eyelid. Then I'm taking Password, which is a grey, and I'm putting it into the crease and then blending a lot. I also put it on my lower lash line. With a flat brush, I'm putting Armor on my mobile eyelid. This is why it's so luminous. Then I'm using Whiskey again on my lower lash line. This is why it's cold and yet warm. With an angle brush, I'm taking Black Market, so the darker shade, and lining quickly my upper lash line, just to define. I'm doing my eyebrows again. Again, I put some black gel liner in my upper waterline, some mascara. I'm finishing with the lip. I'm using one lip pencil from Marc Jacob in the color Nudist. It's one of the pout liner. And then I'm using Grège from Dior. It's really creamy and very nice on the lips. To set everything for the day, I'm using a setting spray by Urban Decay, which is called All Nighter. And this is the finished look. I hope you liked this video. Don't forget to subscribe and thumb up. Please tell me which of the different makeup is your favorite. I hope to see you again soon. Bye bye!
Watch me, nana. Ooh, watch me, watch me. Ooh, watch me, watch me. Ooh, watch me, watch me. J'ai l'impression que j'ai tellement de cheveux là. C'est un truc de fou. Crinière.